President Yoweri Museveni was crowned as a Luo leader at the closure of the 4th edition of the Pini Luo Festival in Siaya County, Kenya. At the regional annual culture ceremony held at the Got Ramogi Hill Shrines, His Excellency Museveni was crowned alongside his host Kenya's President William Ruto and former Kenyan Prime Minister Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga.
Joey! Joey!
At the crowning ceremony performed by the culture leaders of Luo, Odinga, the two presidents, and Right Honorable Raila Odinga were handed a traditional seat of the ruler, the crown of the leadership, a traditional cloth of an elder, a shield, alongside a spear for protection and a whisk for wishing peace to the people. In his remarks, President Museveni expressed gratitude to the Luo for recognizing him for the 4th time, having been recognized before by the Luo in Uganda, who included the Alur, the Acholi, and the Lango.
Joey! Joey!
He said by 1900, the whole of Africa had been colonized and had been under the slave trade for 600 years, which was a humiliation for Africa. However, in 1912, a new group of educated people started the African National Congress of South Africa, which was the beginning of the modern resistance by the African people.
The whole of Africa had been colonized. And this one had followed 600 years of slave trade. This was a big humiliation for Africa. The chiefs tried to fight, but they could not manage. But in 1912, a new group of people, educated people, started the African National Congress of South Africa. That was the beginning of the modern resistance by the African people.
Museveni also called for prosperity and peace amongst African countries.
To do the other three. Number one, independence. Number two, prosperity. Number three, strategic security. How do you achieve this? Use the Undugu, which is already existing. If there are Jaruos in Congo, in Uganda, in South Sudan, in Ethiopia, in Kenya, in Tanzania, why don't you use that? Why don't you use it to bring these countries together?
On his part, President Ruto expressed his appreciation to President Museveni for gracing the closure of the Pini Luo Festival at short notice.
Let me first and foremost take this opportunity to welcome our guest and friend, President Yoweri Museveni, who has, in a very special way, honored us with this visit this early in the year, so that together we can tell the people of Siaya and Kenya, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
His Excellency Ruto said, describing the event as a celebration of culture in the context that the multicultural community of Ugandans, Kenyans, Sudanese, and Ethiopians, Congolese is one people.
Mzee, you are welcome. You are the Mzee of our region. You have demonstrated great resilience. When I requested you, as the Right Honorable Prime Minister has said, you graciously informed me that any event that brings East Africans together is an event that you will attend without hesitation.
Right Honorable Raila Odinga said that East Africans had been held hostage to the borders imposed by colonial times, and their view is that these borders should stop being impediments to the prosperity of East Africa and Africa.
Comes to you at the time of need. So we are happy. We Kenya and Uganda, we are brothers. We of course have the artificially created borders which were drawn somewhere in Berlin, where none of our forefathers were represented. Now we become hostage to these borders, artificial borders. They have divided their people across countries. Here you see you have got the Karamojong there and the Turkana. You've got the Pokot in Kenya and Uganda. You've got the Sibei and the Sabaot. You've got the Bukusu and the Wagishu. You've got the Samia, Kenya, and Samia, Uganda. And then you've got, of course, the Luos here, the Luos in Uganda, and so on and so forth.
Celebrating that we are Luos, as Luos would say, one, one, one. But we are also admitting that because of the colonial boundaries that put us in different countries, and that is now stable, we also belong to different nations.
The three-day event kicked off on December 31st, 2021 under the theme Celebrating the Roots of Culture and Heritage, focused on promoting unity, peace and reconciliation among various Luo communities across the region. The cultural pilgrimage attracted different groups of Luo luminaries across Africa, such as Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, South Sudan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Chad, the Central African Republic, and other nations led by their respective cultural leaders. The Ugandan groups included the Alu, Acholi, Padola, and Jonam, while others included the Alu of the DRC. Luos are said to have settled in Got Ramogi as they migrated from Sudan. The hill has occupied a special place in the history of the Luo and is considered the spot where the Luo first settled during their migration before occupying various parts of what is present-day Luo Nyanza.